Danny G, I don't want to throw you for a loop, but Danny was about to show me a meme before we went on the air, and I brushed him off. I'm like, Danny, I don't want to see that crap because it's going to make me mad. But sometimes me being mad is good radio. He's like, did you see what the Dolphins got? Because when the 49ers got Trey Lance, they gave up 3 first-rounders and a third-rounder. And because it all worked out with Brock Purdy.
But you, for the past few weeks, have been saying it's a push because of Brock Purdy. But is it really when you gave up so much?
262. Brock Purdy, last pick. They're making it seem like he's a star in the making. And Trey Lance, well, he's QB3 now. Vikings, other teams are poking around, but the Niners said, oh, he's going to be on our team for now. Danny said, well, when you see what they gave up, what the Dolphins got with those picks and through trades and picks, you want to tell me?
You really want to know now? Okay.
I think I do.
It says, the headline says, the Trey Lance trade really worked out well for the Dolphins. And it shows a picture of your boy Lance with arrows to the Dolphins. 12th pick, 2021 draft. They used it to trade up for Jalen Waddle.
Oh, wow.
One of the best wide receivers in the league.
All right, Waddle.
Okay.
When we're at that time, Waddle.
2022 first-round pick, they traded for Tyreek Hill.
No way. What?
2023 first-round pick, they traded for Bradley Chubb.
Wow. So, Rich, is it really a push if you
Well, now here's the thing.
indirectly
if
gave up that much?
If they didn't have Debo and Brandon Ayuk and Christian McCaffrey, I'd be mad. I guess I'm still not.
You're still saying push?
Still saying
Third.
Man.
QB3, third string. That's so weak for a player of his caliber, what they thought he'd be. Like, even if you played third trumpet in the high school band, you'd be embarrassed.
third trumpet was just like the same note over and over.
Like, you don't want to be third anything.
Ready? Third
option, like backup option, second
No melody,
seat,
no melody.
second chair. Like, there's some honor in that, right? Hey, I'm the backup to one of the best.
Third
There's no
string.
third. It's like, oh,
Third string anything sucks.
Yeah.
Third trumpet, you said it?
third string.
Third quarterback, no thanks. Dude, third
Dude,
string.
if I was designated to third trumpet, I'm quitting. I'm like, yeah, I guess I'm not playing trumpet. And I only say that because we all played instruments growing up, right?
You're not even the understudy. In Broadway, they'd be like, yeah, the understudy's sick. We're calling you in. I don't even know if there's a third string in Broadway shows.
Your parents don't even show up if you're like third trombone. They're not going to the show. You're not even first or second seat.
You made the team, but you're likely not going to play.
Hey, look, in the big picture, he's in the NFL. He was better than all of us.
Making like
it's
$8 million a year. So.
Yeah, but for what was expected so far, no bueno. But not rooting against the guy. Let it be known, Covino and Rich, we're not hating. We're just stating.
Now, on the subject of Trey Lance, wait. Too soon.
And I really am rooting for him.
Not,
It'd be very cool if he just stepped up and became the guy.
I think there'll be a moment. I do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm not down with the Peter King article where, Trey Lance could be out of the league in 5 years. Someone will take a chance on him. He'll get an opportunity. I don't think it'll be with the Niners because that would mean too many things need to happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, knock on wood. What's the chance of having to go to a third quarterback? They did that last year, and it was, like, unlikely. I don't think that story's written. Maybe Minnesota, maybe something. Who knows? But
Imagine
speaking
if
of,
you were your wife's third choice and you don't know it. And I'm not saying you as in you, Rich Davis, or you, Darvish. I'm saying the collective you. How many guys are in the car right now and they're like, I was her number one choice. For all you know, you could have been third or fourth. You could have been the Trey Lance of that situation.
Yeah, I don't think you ever know.
Yeah, but you don't want to know.
I know you don't, but I don't think you really ever know, man.
I think here's the sad truth. You're fooling yourself if you think you're the first trumpet in that situation.
I agree.
I think I am.
Nah, right. I don't know about that.
What you don't want to know also? I
don't know about the rest of y'all, but I know I was the first choice.
Oh, there you go. Isaac Lowenkron.
I mean,
Isaac, I'm thinking about it. Like,
always.
Stan Byer, Muncy, Nick Cope. You're like fourth pick. No, I'm kidding. Kidding, Isaac.
I wasn't talking about here.
Ouch.
Kidding. I actually, when I see Isaac, it makes me smile.
I know, it's great.
Likewise.
Thank you, Isaac.
It's not what he said in the pre-show meeting.
So, but there's got to be someone out there who's the first, so why not?
I think you could tell when you're not the first pick, the first choice, Trey Lance style, third trumpet style.
I
Because
only say that, Rich, because you have to imagine it never feels good.
I'm not going to lie. I've seen, you could say this is arrogant of me. I've seen girls I've dated who they ended up with, and I know for a fact, like, they
but
probably would have wished they
That's your
ended up with me.
superficial sort of mindset. Women don't think that way. They don't.
All right, if you don't think that.
They don't. Just because you think you're handsome, Dan, they don't care about that. They want someone that makes them feel special.
I'm just saying, like, if you had a good connection with someone, but you're the one that called it off, why can't that be true?
Hey, dude, if it makes your ego feel good, and I'm with you, then so be it. Believe that.
Do you think any of them ever at one point called their present person that they're with accidentally Rich?
No, but I bet you they've thought of me. I bet you they thought of me, Isaac, when they made love to their husband.
That's what I was getting to.
Wow.
I
This
think
guy's
that
ego is crazy.
Yeah, what? I'm just saying. If I was only with Rich, maybe.
Or maybe
Just
they
saying.
said rich because the new guy had more money.
I mean, I'm just saying. You could be third string trumpet. You could be third trumpet. You could be third string quarterback. You're right, Covino. When you see, you know what I always think about? There's a lid for every pot.
True.
And a lot of times you see someone, you're like,
Sometimes it's hard to find that lid, though.
you know, you see someone, and they might not be the most attractive. I'm not trying to sound mean. They might not be attractive. You're like, well, you know what? They found someone that's the lid to their pot. You know what I'm saying? So everyone finds someone. But if you think
had a girlfriend.
Princess Fiona, everyone, yeah, she liked an ogre. I mean, there's someone for everyone.
Shrek is love.
There's people that want to. There's people that write love letters to inmates in prison.
Exactly,
So you
I
should
know.
be able to find someone, right? You know, for all I know, my wife's thinking he's like number 8 of my. But a list I don't want to know. If your significant other were to list who pleased them the most, let's just say.
Oh my
What?
goodness.
I'm just.
No, but you're right. That's
Do you wanna-
harsh.
do you
but
wanna know
that's
the answer?
harsh reality of Trey Lance being number 3.
Trey Lance.
It's
Listen,
like everybody knows.
listen. The same way you could say this is a dirty conversation, but the same way
it's real.
the same way you want
Fox News to Playboy within a matter of minutes.
I mean, you might think, oh, you're delivering. If asked behind closed doors with a lie detector, for all you know, your wife could be like, yeah, we have a good time, but like, you know, in college or this, there was guys that were more fun.
She says Chad and looks up with a smile on her face.
Chad. What? Who?
He's no Chad.
I mean, do you think Trey Lance likes the reality that
Chad.
the coaching staff or the front office and everyone's like, yeah, we like you, Trey, but Brock.
But he's no Brock.
And he's also no Sam.
I know.
And Sam Darnold's like, you don't think Trey Lance is like, really? Sam Darnold? Well, anyway.
And again, when you mention those names, Waddle, Hill, and Chubb.
Yeah.
Like, ooh. Because expectations were so high. That's why it's a story, guys.
Yeah.
That's why it's a bigger deal.
And while everyone else is talking about Trey Lance, I'm exhausted of it, right? Because I'm a Niners fan. I think about it too much.
I don't think anyone brought up a third trumpet reference, though.
I don't think they did,
Right.
or a bedroom reference, to be
Right.
honest. But I want to tie it into another story going on in sports right now. And I want your wheels to get turning. Not about who your wife prefers, her ex or you. I want you to, but that is going to be on your mind now. What defines a bust in sports? Because someone announced their retirement today. And like right now, you could be like, well, as of right now, Trey Lance is a bust. Look at what the Niners gave up. And you're naming Waddle, Tyreek Hill, Chubb, and you're thinking, oh my God. But we don't know, his story's not written. But you know whose story is written?
Yeah, keep in mind, 23 years old, guys, and we're not rooting against him. I
Yeah.
got to make that clear.
Yeah, no, listen. For all we know, Trey Lance could win a Super Bowl for a team in a decade from now, right? You don't know. We really don't know. Steven Strasburg has officially announced his retirement, his plans to retire from Major League Baseball. Now, that's one of those stories where feel old yet? Because we all remember when Steven Strasburg was the super young Washington National savior, probably the most talked about number 1 pick, Ramos, of the last 20 years of baseball.
Here at the network, every one of his games in his rookie season, we ran on. And anytime, the guy averaged like 10 strikeouts. He was 10 strikeouts a game.
He's a beast, but guess
yeah.
what? He's 35.
Yeah,
He's,
not a spring
that
chicken anymore.
young in the game anymore.
So 35. You know, there's guys that played till late 30s, 40, but he had a full career mixed with a lot of injuries. So when you look at Steven Strasburg, do you say great ball player, good career, or do you say bust? And I say that because I looked up his stats. And if it wasn't Steven Strasburg, number one pick, as Ramos said, every game was on a network. There were chants at the time, Harvey's better, Strasburg's better. Mets and Nationals would have that little back and forth. His career numbers aren't that bad if you looked at it from a lens of not Steven Strasburg.
Right. That's the key here.
So how do you define that then?
So how do you define a bust? I mean, it matters what the expectations were, right? What you paid for him. You got to factor in everything. So we'll break it down. Look up his stats and think about what makes a bust, and is he a bust or not?
Let me throw this simple stat line at you.
Go ahead.
And then we'll take your feedback and phone calls next. 877-99 on Fox. In your opinion, because your opinion can't be wrong on this. We'd love to hear from you.
Everyone's entitled to their wrong opinions.
That's true. In the world of sports, what do you define as a bust? What plays a factor? Money, expectations, what you gave up, what you wanted, all these things.
All of that.
But Steven Strasburg, a career winning percentage in the 600s. Like if he started every game, that's like a 100-win season type of guy, right?
Which is good.
113 and 62.
Oh, that's pretty good too.
With a 3.24 ERA in his career.
3.24. See, again, though, if you're just naming off a regular pitcher, yeah, wow. But Strasburg, you would have expected 213 wins.
1,700 strikeouts. And he pitched a good, from 2010 till now. Good, skipped a couple years of injuries, but for the most part, played for over a decade in the bigs, over 100 wins, 1,700 strikeouts, and ERA in the low threes. Is Steven Strasburg a bust?